Okay, so this is day 2 of the trip, which is actually day 1 going to the medical facility. Because the first day I just landed, went to the resort, kind of got adjusted. So they sent a taxi for me, and Giostar is actually located in a community called Playa Car, which has security, as you can see here. The taxi driver has to show his ID, and sometimes they check inside the car, sometimes they don't. The guy just kind of looked through the window. I was the only person in this taxi. So you can see the resort here is safe looking. It's actually quite massive. It has condos and hotels and golf course and gas stations and restaurants and everything in it. You can see the nice cobblestone streets and things like that, and it's I'll save you the video, but it's about a 3 or 4 minute drive back here to the facility, which I'll show you now.
Allí es otra entrada.
Otra entrada, sí.
Tengo muchas preguntas.
This is a quick shot of the lobby. When you go in and sit down, you have the receptionist area there, and they give you this paperwork to look at and sign. It tells you the do's and the don'ts and kind of what to expect from the stem cell treatments. And then they take me back to the room. It's kind of a smaller room, but it's set up nicely. Has an air conditioner, a split unit right above my head. Has a TV and a little refrigerator in there. And you meet with the nutritionist, and that's who's in there now. She tells you kind of what you can eat, what you do not need to eat. A lot of the food with all these preservatives and fried foods and all that junk in there. You can see they put an oxygen mask on my face. They load me up with oxygen. They drew blood, and they started an IV there to give me all of the vitamins and the anti-rejection medication as well. Here you can see the nurse has shown up, and she's taking out my IV. If you look at my eyes, you can see I'm not even looking at my telephone. I'm actually taking a video there, but I'm freaking out deep down inside. I hate IVs, I hate needles, but then again, I don't know anybody that really does enjoy them. Palms are getting sweaty, kind of getting a little lightheaded. You can see it by the lengthy closure of my eyes there. And after the IV is removed, I relax there for just a little bit, and then they call for my taxi, and it shows up, and it was actually a private taxi, which is quite nice. And we go back through the Playa Car community and back to the resort. Now, when I got back to the resort, I give a in-depth review of everything. So it's a few minutes long, but that way you have all the details. And I'm sitting on the balcony of my room. You can see the ocean in the background. So a lot of good information, step by step, day by day. And I do that each day. So let's take a look at that now.
Today is Monday. It is about 12:30 local time here in Playa del Carmen. I just got dropped off at the resort, and I was picked up at 8:30 this morning for the initial, I guess you'd say, well, I was going to say consultation, but it's not the consultation. It was just the initial day where you go in, you make your payment, you meet with a doctor, you meet with a dietitian, they draw your blood, go over what you know about stem cells and kind of what your expectations are, and make sure that you fasted the day before. Well, I say the day before, it's really the night before. They said 9 hours, which I fasted the night before. And things went really well. Very nice staff. They welcomed me with open arms there, and nice courteous driver that picked me up this morning. And I would say it's probably just 5 or 6 minutes down the road from where I stayed. And I stayed here in the 5th Avenue area next to the Hilton. I stayed at the Wyndham, and the Wyndham and the Hilton are right next to each other. I'm at the Wyndham. The one you see behind me there is the Hilton. And so I had actually been restricting my caffeine. They told me this morning I didn't need to do that. I've been reading conflicting things on the internet. I haven't had coffee. So they said the coffee's actually not bad for you because it has antioxidants in it. So as soon as I got back to the resort, I got me a Cuban coffee. But how it went this morning is met with the medical director, and she wanted to know, even though she had reviewed my case and reviewed my medical record, she said, I want to know everything about your case, and just from day one until now, what happened, how far you've come, why you're here, what results you would like to see, and what you know about stem cells, what you think will happen, and from this, what you think will happen, and what you would like to happen from the treatment here at Giostar. So I went through that, and she tested my reflexes on my knees and pulled out the little pen and tested different areas on my legs because of spinal cord injury, and I don't have sensation on hardly anywhere on my left leg and many parts of my right leg, and my reflexes are terrible on my right leg. And so then they let me go ahead and pick some breakfast off a menu so that when they drew my blood, breakfast would be there and I could go ahead and eat. So I thought that was nice. After I met with the medical director, they took me into a nice room, had a TV in it, a little fridge, kind of a recliner where you can kick your feet up, and 2 of their staff members come in and drew blood. Well, I was going to say they drew blood and put an IV in, which I'm very weak and I get very nervous when it comes to that. And so I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know if one would draw blood, the other one would do the IV. I was hoping that wouldn't be the case, but I was just kind of looking away the whole time. But they did it all with one needle. So they, right here, this small little Band-Aid right here, and they put the IV in right there with the same needle. They drew the blood out, left the IV in, and then they put the vitamins and everything in through the IV that way, put the oxygen mask on me for preparation for receiving the stem cells for tomorrow. By that time, my breakfast had arrived, actually before I got into the room, so they brought it in to me. And while they were doing that, the nutritionist come in, and she was going over everything, the do's and don'ts, and the things I needed to eat and things I need to stay away from, and the processed foods and the fried foods, and how good the berries are for you, and the grains and things like that, and just really trying to educate you to make sure you get the best results possible from your treatment here, so that you're not just wasting your money or frustrated with the results that you may not get. So very nice. Asked many times, they asked me if I had any questions, and then they even said, when you get back, we know that you'll probably think of other things or have other questions, and just let us know. We're here for you during your whole stay. And while I was there, I saw a few other people coming in, and something else that I noticed is when we were entering where Giostar is located, it's like a city within a city. It's very heavily protected. It's they have armed security that you have to go through, and I have footage that you'll see. And I was asking the driver, he had to show his ID, and they the guards get the ID of every driver coming through the gate. So I thought it was just going to be a few office buildings. But when you get in there, he said that it's private residences, it's businesses, it's come to find out it's big. Like, you'll see some of the footage from there. They have like malls, and they have strip centers, and they have like gas stations and a lot of businesses, everything in there. So it was really neat. Hotels and everything in there. It was a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Banks and all kinds of things, restaurants, just all kinds of things in there. So really safe atmosphere. So nothing to worry about as far as that goes. And when I got there, there was a gentleman. As soon as I walked in, I saw a gentleman there from Australia, and I thought, wow, that's pretty neat. You know, just hearing that accent in Mexico. And he said he's lived there for 5 years, and everyone else's English there was great, so he didn't have to worry about that. Medical director's English was great, didn't have to worry about that. If any of those fears or anything like that you have in the back of your mind, you can just put those aside. So they seem to, so far, been very knowledgeable. Nothing to worry about as far as that goes, and just really looking forward to it. Day one, I got there, I got picked up at the hotel. I went downstairs. I was downstairs at 8:32, and he was outside waiting on me. So I'm not sure what time he got there. He told me to be here at 8:30. And I was finished and dropped back off about 11:30 local time. So first day was about 3 hours. So and then tomorrow I go in for the injection in my spine and stem cell IV treatment throughout the body. So they said they're going to pick me up at 8:30 in the morning. Don't really know how long it's going to take or what to expect. They did say I would be tired. They did tell me to stay out of the sun and the heat, because the sun and the heat will kill your cells. And so they told me that I would be tired today because of all of the vitamins and all the stuff that was in the IV and things that they've already given me, because your body's already starting to work on these things. And I don't know if it's a placebo effect or what, or all the travel from yesterday. I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and I got here and in the bed last night at, I don't know, 11:30 or 12. And so I don't know if I'm tired because of all that, or if I'm tired because of the IV. But either way, I'm getting tired now. So just want to let you know what's going on. That's day one.